Okay, today we're talking about phi and pi and whether or not my double helix spiral that I've drawn from the beginning is correct. Now on the screen we've got theory, apophasis, golden ratio, reciprocation. Things don't reciprocate, they go through. They don't come out of a magnet, they go through a magnet. Energy and matter are separate, and a magnet is just matter, so it's not giving off anything, it is transporting energy through a sinkhole, a drain plug. So I had a look at his video on this. I'd never understood any of it. I had no idea what phi and pi was, but the other day Theoria mentioned what it is, 1 to 1.618033, and I suddenly got to thinking, well, I drew it. I made it first out of metal, and I had the extra bits there so I could spin it. This was just a single helix, but I realized that after about a year that there was actually two helixes. So if you spin this, you get an apple shape, which again proves a magnetic field of how it moves. So I did this, then I drew it a year later, and this is what it looked like. But now I'm going to tell you the easy way of phi and pi by double helix energy theory, because I knew that all energy travels in a Fibonacci spiral, and nobody knows as much about the Fibonacci spiral as me, because I made it out of metal and then I drew it. So those are all my calculations on what I did to get that. Basically, I drew any size circle, then I followed it round to 222.5 degrees, so 137.5 on the opposite side. I then stopped the line there, measured the arc, and applied that arc and turned it into a circle. And then I took that round to 222.5 degrees, and then I joined the two ends. And as you can see, right slap in the middle there, I've got a, this was just a rough drawing. I just did this in the space of about 20 minutes to see what would happen, as I do with everything to do with energy flow. And I end up with a 22.5 degree wobble, which is the Earth wobble, which shows that energy is running through the Earth, as I say. And then I measured the circles. The large circle is 3¼ inches and the small circle is 2 inches. And so when you divide 3.25 by 2, what do you get? Well, it's right there on screen. 3.25 divided by 2 equals 1.625, and phi is 1.618. So I drew this back at the beginning of 2015 without knowing anything about math or phi and pi. I just knew it was a Fibonacci spiral, because this is the golden double helix that I was shown, which is a scroll of energy seen from one end. And if we spin in that small circle, we get the Father and the Son is in the bosom position with the Father, as I've drawn in many earlier videos without really even knowing what I was doing. So I was running on automatic, following everything that had been placed in my head. I drew this out, used pi and everything else to get all my angles, my measurements and stuff. So there we go. You don't have to know fantastic amounts of math. You just take any size circle around to 222.5, calculate the arc, turn that into a circle, stop it at 225 and join them up, and you will have a golden double helix phi to pi spiral. So anybody that sits there and tries to bamboozle you with mathematics and tell you how stupid you are, you should stop listening to them, because what I teach is easy to learn. 2 Fibonacci spirals gives you phi and pi. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, and God gave me all this information downloaded into my head in 3 weeks, day and night, non-stop in 2014. I've spent 3 years putting it all on video. And this again shows that I don't need math, because all my math is already contained. And so if phi and pi are just Fibonacci spirals, then everything, all calculations of ouroborus torus fields that I have shown are very, very simple. You just take 222.5 degrees and then multiply it by 1.618 and just keep doing that, and you'll be able to create any fractal correct energy flow that you want to. Thanks very much.